Yeah. How you doing? Welcome back. It's your boy D. This is D's Daily DD, as you know, for the due diligence. Yo, major shout out to the new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are coming in hot, right? Yesterday, I saw a bunch of y'all subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's the reason why I come back, right? Because I actually enjoy doing this for one, and two, because I feel like I have a responsibility to my subscribers to explain and to try to inform them on what's going on and what I'm seeing. But remember, none of this is financial advice. Don't ever take it for financial advice. That's not what this is. This is just my thoughts and my opinions and my perspective, based on public data that we can find. Now, I'm going to try to explain a lot today. I know that I've been overwhelming you guys, or giving you guys a lot of information. Maybe some are not overwhelmed, but when you truly understand what's happening, then you really don't care about the stock price or the chart or the technical analysis. So I'm kind of taking a step back from that, and I'm going towards the what's going on in the background and the way I see it going down. I have proof. I still see a lot of confusion, with the T plus 35, with the threshold list, with the 13 days. So I want to clear all this up today. And in a quick video, right? I mean, if you want more details, I put a lot of details into yesterday's video, but today I'm going to just kind of make it quick and easy and more of a summary and a recap. So this is basically like a part two threshold, list and to the threshold list 101 that I put out a couple of days ago. So yeah, guys, remember, if you can, please share this information with other apes, AMC shareholders, right? This is what actually matters, in my opinion, of course, but I have the proof to back it up. And I'm really, really excited. Yesterday maybe I wasn't like showing how excited I was, but inside I was just thriving. I could barely gather my thoughts, right? I was really, really a lot of adrenaline came in for sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Just the first thing with the threshold list is that I've seen a lot of confusion on the fact that, like, what day are we on? So only the days that it's actually on the list, which started on the 31st, count for APE. Those are the only days that count. The reason it got on the list was because it had 5 consecutive days of problems with the shares. That's how it gets on the list. And a lot of people are looking at it like they're looking at the 14th day and they think that's when it's going to start moving. I think it's actually the opposite. And let me explain to you what I mean now. Because I do have of course, the whiteboard. Seems like people really enjoy this. So let's start off here. So today's threshold list, day 6. Today would be day number 6. Again, it updates every day, every trading day at 7 p.m. West Coast time, my time. So you already know all the hashtags, but today's just a quick recap. And you have to understand that this all started with failure to delivers with APE. There was an excessive amount, and this relates to T plus 35, which is calendar days. All days are counted. When you follow me down here, that's when once a stock gets on the threshold list, it's because it's had 5 consecutive days of problems. So don't look at it like, as far as the threshold list, I'm not looking at it like this is what's going to cause the squeeze. And I'm like, let me go down and explain why. So it has to be 13 trading days that a stock remains on the list. And the way it stays on that list is when it meets the requirements that I have explained. But in this case, I think it's because of excessive FTDs and they can't settle the shares because I don't think they have them, right? In my opinion, allegedly, there's brokers out there that sold credits and they haven't delivered the APE dividend. And so they're scrambling, they're trying to find shares and they can't find them because people are still holding APEs. So you go down. This is more for the regulators. I'm going to put a picture right here in the video, right, so you can see it. But that it's explaining that it's not really for us. The threshold list is not for the public. The public can review it, but it's more for the regulators. Now, remember when we were all saying, like, when are they going to do their job? Well, this actually is under their vision now. Like, they actually have, the NSCC, the DTCC, they're looking at this every day that it's on the threshold list. They're paying attention, and it gives them a starting point on where to look, where to start for naked shorting, right? Because that's what it's indicative of. So September 19th would be day 13. Today would be day 6. Only trading days count and holidays don't count. Next, people think, right, I've been seeing this already. September 20th is when we're going to run. I don't think so. Possibly. I mean, we could if they're forced that day to start closing out, but I don't think. I think they actually have going back to T plus 35. I think that the shorts, whoever doesn't, whatever brokers, whoever has not delivered those shares and created the FTDs, they have 35 days. But we do need to stay on the list for at least 13 days or more, because we can stay on the list as long as there's problems with the shares. That's how a stock gets on the list, when it has 5 consecutive days of settlement problems. Ape shares haven't settled since August 25th. That's why we're on the list. That's why we're on day 6. Now, one way that they can get out of it is if they transfer that position, that FTD position, if they move it around, right? They can find another broker, another short to take on that position, then the days restart. I don't think that's going to happen, because where are they going to find the shares? There's no options chain, which I'll explain right now when I get to this AMC part, on how they, have hid and gotten rid of keeping AMC and getting it off the threshold list in the past. All right, so now we go back. Remember, the main problem is the FTDs. You go back. This is my formula. This is what I see. This is why I got really excited yesterday. I'm going to lay it down for all three. But first off, let's go back to GameStop. It was on the list from December 8th all the way until February 3rd, 2020. So that was almost 2 months that it was on the threshold list. Now, the price when it actually started running was the day of, January 13th, 2021, and it lasted all the way until the peak was January 28th, 2021. Now, guess what? The T plus 35 date was January 12th, 2021. So then the 36th day, which is the 13th, that's when you started to see the price movement, because they couldn't cover those FTDs. There was no shares to cover them with for GameStop. That's when they got caught with their pants down. And remember, in between this time, the 8th and the 3rd, between the 8th and the 20, no, it's for GameStop. I'm sorry, not to confuse you, but from the 8th until the 13th, that's when retail came in and really started buying GameStop heavy. And they loaded up their accounts and their shares, and that's what continued to keep it on the threshold list, because people were buying right when there was no shares. So there was settlement issues. That's the way I look at it. T plus 35 day, remember, was January 12th, and the price started running the next day. AMC was on the list from December 17th until December 28th. That was only 8 days, right? But you go back here, price ran from January 22nd all the way until January 27. This is actually supposed to be 21, guys. Sorry, 2021. And then you go down, the T plus 35 date was January 21st, 2021. From this, so from the 17th, the 36th day was January 21st. So the next day on the 22nd, again, the same formula, the same exact thing. These are my examples, right? This is what's happened in the past. You have the T plus 35 day was the 21st. Next day is when it starts running. Now I'm going to apply that same logic to Ape. On the list from 8/31/22 until today. We're still on the list. We're going to check again, right? This is day 6. I'm going to keep track, right? Today would be day 6 that it's on the threshold list. And I'm going to check at 7 p.m. when it updates. But will the price run from 10/6 to 10/14? That's what I'm looking at, because that's what happened here. And where am I getting this from? The T plus 35 date that comes from the 31st when it got on the list. So you start counting the next. So the first, right, would be day 1 for the T plus 35. And I would expect, based on this formula, that on October 6th is when we start pushing. If they do not close out these positions, right? Because they will be forced to. That's what happened, in my opinion, back here when they were forced to close with GameStop, because they did not have the shares. So you go down. This is the way Ape. The only thing that matters to me right now is staying on the threshold list for the next 7 trading days, which would put us at September 19th, because then if they have not covered by those 13 days, according to the data, the rules, then they're forced to cover. And that's why it takes a couple, weeks for the DTCC to do all that. But now they're accountable for it, right? That is my main thing, because I see all the confusion from the threshold list, but that's not what I think will cause the squeeze. I think it will be the DTCC and the NSCC closing out these positions forcefully. Okay. And that's all I really, want to show you today. The charts don't really matter to me in this video. I'm just trying to explain to you the raw data. And yeah, so yesterday, where's the other one? This one. So yeah, yesterday when I gave you guys all this information, I realized how small this was. So what I'm trying to explain in more detail is this, and what the confusion with the threshold list that I keep seeing on Twitter and on chat rooms and online and the comments and so on. But this is all I'm talking about, the same data and what the T plus 35 was, and I just applied it to the ape stock and where we're at right now. But that's all that matters to me, guys, right now. As far as the data and the next 7 days, I just want to continue to see that the ape stays on the threshold list, because it can remain on there as long as there's problems with the shares. That's why personally I'm a buyer. I want to continue buying. They don't want you to buy because there's already issues with the shares. They can't settle them. They haven't been able to settle them since August 31st, right? Since the original problem started on August 25th, and then when we got on the list on August 31st. So right now it's been a while since they haven't been able to settle the shares, from my perspective, what I'm looking at, the information, how I understand it. So that's all I really got for you guys. I wanted to make this a quick video, informational video, educational video, because I got y'all. So have a great day. Peace.